Lisa is my youngest child. She is one of 6, and she was born on my parents' 31st wedding anniversary on December 1st, 1983. I always think of her as my special gift from the Creator. Lisa grew up with her older siblings, and her childhood was much like any other child. Her biological father and I separated after 16 years. Our paths had changed directions. I married Jason in 1993, and he is a caring, loving husband and father. He has an important role in our family's lives. He is special and dear to us all. I watched Lisa mature into a young woman. She met her first love of her life, Ryan, and they had a beautiful boy, Ryan Jr. Ryan is one of our 14 precious and dear grandchildren. Everything seemed like a normal life for all of us until shortly after Lisa's 23rd birthday. She became very sick. Within a period of less than a month, the doctors told her she should prepare her will and to think about her son's future care, as she may not be here long. They couldn't diagnose immediately what was wrong or why things had gone wrong with her liver. By the end of January, the doctor's only explanation was that she had autoimmune hepatitis. She was at the point that there was no cure, and the only hope was for a liver transplant. From the end of January, her brother Nathan and I spent the next 7 weeks at her bedside. She became so sick, and it was so hard to see her health deteriorate before our eyes, and we couldn't do anything to stop it from happening. It was so hard to believe and accept that this was happening to her, to us. I remember sitting by her bed and looking at her. I felt so helpless. It was so painful to see her like this. I kept thinking, this has to be a nightmare, and that I will wake up soon to realize that this is only a dream. But it wasn't a dream. I recall so clearly in my mind. I remember looking out the hospital window onto the street and seeing a young woman with her child in a stroller walking along. I asked, why isn't that Lisa out there instead of her being here inside the hospital so sick? I remember the feelings of envy. I was so envious of that young woman and her child. I felt if I wished hard enough that it would be Lisa and Ryan out there. But then I realized that I must accept what the Creator has in store for us. But it was so painful. The days dragged on, and it was so hard to see her condition worsen by the day. Her eyes and her skin were so yellow. Her body was swelling, and she couldn't eat or sleep very well. She had a lot of anxiety, and she tried so hard to be strong for her son. As we struggled with these challenges on a day-by-day basis, I turned more to prayers. I always prayed, but I prayed even more than ever. I would ask the Creator to please cure Lisa and to give her more time with us here on Mother Earth. My prayers were answered. She was fortunate to receive a liver transplant on March 19th. On that day, I still had mixed emotions. I prayed to the Creator and asked for the procedure to be successful and to allow her body to accept the liver, not to reject the liver. Again, the Creator answered my prayers and all went well. I remember when she told me that she was getting her transplant. She could barely speak. The tears flowed so much. She was so happy. I was also so happy that she would be given another chance at life. But at the same time, I knew that our gain meant that another family would suffer a loss. I prayed for this family and for the donor. Since this has happened, it has changed my perspective as a mother. Mothers are the givers of life, and a mother's love for her child is one that is so strong. The bond between a mother and child is immeasurable. This scary, horrible thing that has happened in our lives has also changed my attitude towards life. I appreciate each day more, and I also have grown to appreciate my family members more. The Creator has provided me with this lesson from all that has happened.